This next story is about I was the slowest reader in class. Growing up in elementary, it was so hard for me to read. I just didn't get the words, and it was hard for me to see the structure of the sentences. It was horrible because I couldn't remember. I had a hard time reading the words, let alone understanding what they meant. So as I read my grandchildren stories now, even today, a lot of times I will skip the reading and just tell the story. And they're like, that's not what it says. I think that's okay. I still enjoy reading it my way. And then I'll read the stories sometimes also. But being a slow reader was really difficult for me, and it hurt me a lot in my life because I could have done a lot more had I been able to read and comprehend more. But it's something that I've been kind of embarrassed of, and it's really embarrassing for me to read out in public. However, the older I've gotten, what I have found out about slow reading is this. Here's the things that I learned and how to improve my slow reading. Number one, when I was on my mission, I ran into a lady and she told me to recognize a word like you recognize, like Volkswagen. When you see the word Volkswagen, you see the word Volkswagen, you think of the photo of a Volkswagen. So now you put those together. She also suggested that I look behind the word to see the background of the word rather than the word itself, the shape. In other words, Volkswagen, the shape of that word is, in my mind, is the shape of a Volkswagen car. So it really helped me to start to learn that a word looks like a person. Every person that we know has a unique look. Every word has a unique look. So if you struggle with reading, learn to see the word and recognize the word for what it is, the definition of what it is. For example, if I were to look at the word frog, I would picture in my mind a frog, a green frog on a lily pad. That's what I see. I see the shape of the word frog, and I see the shape in the picture of the frog. If I see the word icicle, I also see a photo of I see a mental image of an icicle hanging off of a roof in the winter. So going through resource class, they didn't really teach me the right way so that they didn't know back then, but they didn't really teach me the right way of how to learn in resource class, how to learn how to read very well. They pretty much herd you through like sheep and just expect everybody to do the same thing. But now they've developed a lot better skills. But I do have to tell my reading teacher, who put up with and was very patient with me, Mrs. Hunter, and she was a really nice lady, and she was very kind with me in resource class, and a lady named Mrs. Kump. She was very nice with me, and I know they tried to help me read. However, I think one of the most important things that I've learned from this is that reading is critically important. And don't be embarrassed if you don't know how to read, but I would suggest this. Read books out loud so you can see the word and hear the word. Read books out loud, and then as you do that, you'll develop the confidence to read out loud and to read and understand, but also to read and enjoy reading. But also reading out loud helps give you the confidence to speak those words out loud and to comprehend those words out loud. So that's what I've learned from that particular event.